to this week's vlog. This week it is raining yet again, and we are taking one very soggy horse to his first ever show. So we've decided to just go to an in-hand show today because he's just not ready for a ridden with the canter, and he's only been out once, like to a venue. So I thought today would be like a fantastic opportunity just for him to go out to a show, go to another venue, and have the whole show vibe. We'll see what he's like to plait, see what he's like to get ready, and how he deals with going somewhere new and being asked a few questions. So it is raining and it's horrible outside, but we're going to a very small little show. I don't think there'll be loads there. I don't think there'll be many people wanting to go because the weather's just horrible. But yeah, this is great to see how he deals with the in-hand side of things, which I've been practicing for a week. Just got Donny out the stable and he's got his very old Thermotex on and he's just stuffing his face. He had a full bath with a hot horse shower and a hot oil yesterday after he was ridden. Look how white his star is. And I did wash his socks, but obviously they're dirty because he's been out. So I've only really got those 2 socks to do and to get him plaited. So I've just got my water, my shampoo, and it shouldn't take too long. Legs, just his little white bits. Put a bit of Snow White paste on and cleaned his hooves and put some oil on, picked his feet out. He's been groomed, so now I just need to tackle this mane whilst he's standing still and see what he's actually like to plait. And Finny's just come in for a stable pyjama day. So here he is, all plaited up. I'm really happy with how they've come out and he was absolutely fantastic to plait. I just banded them. We haven't plaited with thread or anything today, but he stood like a rock and he just was fantastic. I was really pleased with him. So I just need to work on them becoming a bit more poofy up here, so it gives the neck a better shape. But actually really happy with them. Put your head up, Donny, so they can see what they look like when you're not stuffing your face. There you go. But it's just the look. They've obviously cut a bridle path in, which is something I never do for this reason. Now he's got like a little sticky up toupee thing on the top of his head, but hopefully not too noticeable. But yeah, I think we're ready to go. He's had a face brush. He's had a bit of a body brush. His legs are clean and I'm just gonna put his rug on and yeah, get there. And we're just aiming to do whatever classes they've got going on that he can do really. It's just like a bit of a practice, isn't it? All ready to go with his booties on, his hock boots, his tail guard, and he's very relaxed. Good boy. I just wish he didn't have the sticky up forelock. That really doesn't do much for him. Hey, good boy. Finley, you have a nice day here, sleeping in your stable. I am here. I am dressed in my in-hand gear. Donny has come off the box and I have tried to prep him, but he doesn't look amazing. Not gonna lie. My quarter markings are quite bad, so definitely something I need to practice. I've just got to put his bridle on. There's only like 3 horse boxes here. So here he is. I haven't got very long, which is frustrating because I feel a little bit more rushed. But yeah, look, my quarter markings look like an oily mess. But it doesn't matter. We'll get him walking around and relaxing at the lovely Fenland Equestrian Centre. So here we are in the little warm-up arena they have at Fenland Equestrian Centre. I just wanted to practice getting him to walk and trot when I wanted and getting him to stand. He was pretty lazy in trot to start off with because he is quite laid back. So I just wanted to practice getting him going forwards and listening to me. So here you can see I'm trying to make Donny stand still and listen to me. Usually if I had a horse that wouldn't stand still, I would give them treats, but he is quite a nibbly, sort of bitey horse, so I have been avoiding giving him treats. If he ever gets a treat, it's on the floor in his stable. So every time he stood still and listened to me, I just rewarded him with my voice and told him what a good boy he was being. So we have been practicing in hand at home, but this is his first time putting it into practice. It is really important to practice these things, as you can't expect them to go well if you haven't done it before and haven't done a little bit of training in advance.
Just having a bit of fun. at that little foal being a little bit of a handful. It's all about getting them out and enjoying it, seeing it all.
So once you have done your trot up on the outside of the arena, you present your horse forward for the judge. And here I'm just trying to get him focused on me and standing nice and straight and square for the judge. Now, when you stand a horse up square, all 4 feet should not be opposite each other. The judge should be able to see all the horse's feet from each side, and there should be a clear view of their legs. So I try and have their back legs slightly apart and their front legs ever so slightly apart too. So here you can see I'm just standing him up. The judge is now going to come to the front and look at the front of his limbs, and the handler should always move to one side so there's a clear view of the horse's legs to the judge. The judge then said to me, yeah, okay, thank you. And I'm walking him away. I turn the horse away from me at the bottom. I do a bit of a teardrop shape. So when I turn him, I'm aligning back on the same track which I was walking on. And once he is walking straight, I ask him to trot on, and he's not listening. Go, Donny! And here we go. And then I trot at the judge, and the judge will move out of the way and then have a good look behind him to check for any conformational faults or movement faults whilst he's trotting along. And I'm just trying to get him going here. That's much better. He's actually trotting on now. And then to finish, I'll walk a few steps before halting, and again try to do a nice square halt to finish. Our first class, which was open in hand. He was the only one in it, but he was fairly good. We had one little blip when I first asked him to trot, and he sort of flicked his front feet out, but he did stand, he did walk, and he did trot when I asked. So as you can see, he's acting a baby, and he just wants to look and see what's going on. But so far, not too bad. We've got one more class, which is open black bays, greys, and hopefully it's better, and he's better behaved, and he's not actually been in the ring with another horse yet, so that would be interesting to see. Don't be rude, he's just a little bit not excitable, just a bit of a baby right now, but I'm hoping he will settle.
Thank you very much.
We have finished our morning of in-hand showing at Fenland. Donny wasn't perfect, he wasn't great, but he did improve. He had a couple of little blips at the end where he exploded, but he's very babyish and he's just like, oh, who's that, what's that, and looking at all the other horses. But he did trot up for me, which was something, because a week ago I couldn't even get him to trot, and he did stand up for me. Just at the end we lost a bit of control when all the other horses left the arena and he just exploded, but apart from that we did very well. I mean, it was a shame he was the only one in both his classes, but also it was just great practice to go somewhere new and ask him to stand and walk and listen to me on the ground, not just the ridden. So he won both his classes, being the only one in it, which is a bit sad, but hey ho. He was much better in the second class, so he improved, and then getting reserve champion in the in-hand championship, which I'm really pleased with, because his trot up wasn't great, and the judge said his trot up wasn't great, but his conformation is really good. So yeah, we need to do that more, 100%, because that was far from ready for like a big show. So it was just perfect that it was just a small show with hardly anyone here. He didn't look or spook at anything, which was great. He just is very looky and nosy and was like, this horse is over there, this horse is over here, they're trotting and I'm not. And he is a big horse, so he's quite hard for me to control, and I can't see like over the top of him as I can with Finley. So maybe next time we will see if we can find something the same, and then I can ride him afterwards. I decided I weren't going to ride him today because this venue doesn't really have a warm-up, it just has a lunge pen, so it would be a bit unfair for me to ask him to work in a lunge pen because it's just not big enough for him because he's such a big horse. But anyway, we've had a really fun day. He was semi-behaved and I have burnt lots of calories running around, and I definitely need to be fitter. I honestly don't understand how these in-hand showing professionals like do that all day. I used to do it a long time ago, but I'm so unfit, so definitely need work. I hope you've enjoyed this week's vlog and Donny's first ever show. Hopefully we got some good footage, and I will see you all next Monday. Bye.